Whenever you watch Iron Man, you can't help but think, man, I wish I had Jarvis, right? That super intelligent, witty, always helpful AI assistant. Well, what if I told you that building your own version isn't just science fiction anymore? In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and give you the actual, real-life blueprint to build your very own personal AI. So first things first, what even is Jarvis? Of course, the name is an acronym, just a rather very intelligent system. But here's the key. In the real world, it's not one single magical program. It's actually a whole bunch of different AI technologies all working together in perfect harmony. We're talking speech recognition, natural language processing, automation, the whole shebang. And that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? Can we really build something like this today, without a Stark Industries level budget? Well, the answer is a huge, resounding yes. And I'm about to show you exactly how.
Okay, let's dive right in. Here's our roadmap. We'll start with the anatomy of an AI. Then we'll look at the builder's toolkit you'll need. After that, we'll get to the fun part, bringing the AI to life. Then we'll dream a little and talk about reaching Iron Man level. And we'll wrap it all up with a really important idea. This is engineering, not magic.
First up, the anatomy of an AI. We're going to deconstruct all that magic and show you the simple, understandable parts that really make a system like Jarvis tick.
So this is probably the most important thing to get your head around. Forget the idea of a single, all-knowing AI. A real-world Jarvis is much more like a team of experts. It's a system built from different modules, and each module has one specific job to do. Once you get that, honestly, the whole thing becomes way less intimidating.
Think about it like a human body, right? You've got the voice input. Those are the ears that listen to what you say. Then you have the brain, which is a large language model, or LLM. That's the part that understands and thinks. You need memory, a database to remember things. A logic engine acts as the decision maker. Then you have external tools, which are like the hands that can actually do things on your computer. And finally, the voice output, so it can talk back to you.
Okay, so we understand the architecture, the theory. But let's get practical. What tools do you actually need to build each of those parts? Well, welcome to the Builder's Toolkit. And what's so incredible is that pretty much all these tools are easily accessible. Python is the go-to programming language for this stuff. For the ears, you've got amazing open source options like Whisper. The brain can be powered by models from giants like OpenAI or Google. And for the voice, there are libraries like PyTTSX3 ready to go. You don't need a supercomputer for this, just a laptop and the desire to build something cool. Now, don't get scared off by the code. The amazing thing here is that in just these few lines, you can give your AI its ears. All this little snippet does is tell your computer to use the microphone, listen for your voice, and then send what it hears to a service that turns it into text. That's it. Just like that. Your AI can understand what you're saying.
Next up, the brain. This is where the real magic happens. This piece of code takes that text we just got from the ears and sends it over to a powerful large language model, like one from OpenAI. That model does all the heavy lifting. It thinks, it understands the context, and it comes up with a smart response. This tiny block of code, that's the core of your AI's intelligence. So what does the AI do with your command? That's where the hands come in. This part is the decision maker. It's simple logic. If it hears a specific command it recognizes, like open Chrome, it just does it. But if it hears something it doesn't have a specific instruction for, it passes that query over to the AI brain to figure out a response. It decides whether to act or to think. And finally, to close the loop, we give our AI a voice. This little snippet is so simple but so powerful. It can take any piece of text, whether it's a complicated answer from the brain or just a quick, okay, I've opened Chrome, and it speaks it out loud through your speakers. And just like that, you can have a conversation. So we have all the individual parts, right? The ears, the brain, the hands, and the voice. Now for the really exciting part. Let's plug them all together and bring our AI to life. And this shows you exactly how it works, from start to finish. You speak a command. The ears turn it into text. The logic engine decides if it's a simple action or a question for the brain. The action happens, or a smart response gets created. And finally, the voice speaks the result back to you. It's this beautiful, continuous loop of communication. Now, what we've just outlined is an incredible personal assistant. But we promised you Jarvis, right? To get to that real Tony Stark level, we need to push things a bit further. Let's talk about reaching Iron Man level.
This slide really puts it all into perspective. See, a basic AI just responds to one-off commands, but an Iron Man level AI, it remembers your past conversations. A basic AI follows simple rules. An advanced one can control your entire operating system. We're talking about going from a simple tool to a proactive, context-aware partner. And here are the kind of upgrades you can add. We're talking full operating system automation, so you can control your entire computer with your voice. You could add computer vision for face recognition. You can give it a true long-term memory using something called vector databases, which helps it remember conversations contextually. You could even build multi-agent systems, a whole team of little AIs that work together on big problems. This is where it gets really, really powerful.
But hold on. Before you run off and start building, there is one last, absolutely crucial thing we need to cover. This is about being a responsible builder and understanding that this is engineering, not magic.
Okay, listen up, because this is non-negotiable. With great power comes great responsibility. You should never give an AI like this total unrestricted access to your computer. Always sandbox its commands, which just means you limit what it's allowed to do so it can't accidentally cause any damage. Keep a log of what it does so you can check on it. And always, always remember, the goal here is an AI that assists you, not one that replaces your own judgment.
And I want to leave you with this fantastic quote from our source material by wise Jamal Ashraf. Jarvis is not magic, it is engineering plus AI plus patience. This just perfectly captures the whole spirit of this. It isn't some impossible fantasy. It's an engineering challenge, a real tangible goal that you can absolutely achieve, step by step, with the right parts and a little bit of patience. So there you have it. We've deconstructed the magic, we've laid out the architecture, and we've given you the toolkit. The path from science fiction to a project on your desktop is clearer than it's ever been. So really, the only question left is the one right there on your screen. Now that you have the blueprint, what will you build?